please come up.
Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Let me just very quickly start by sharing my screen.
So this startup is one exception where we have an edutech startup. So I mean, this is one which has seen a lot of interest during COVID times. That's the reason why I brought this into the teaching session.
So thank you, Pawan. It's a very simple problem statement that we're trying to solve here. As we're aware, it's a global problem that every year there are millions of students who graduate, but however, very few of them are employable. So keeping that particular aspect in mind, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on what the problem statement is, but rather what kind of opportunity it has created for us during the COVID time and how we have leveraged opportunity. As a company, we decided to focus only on offering, so as a company, what we're trying to do, we are a managed marketplace. We are not a training company. What we essentially do is we aggregate various kind of certification partners, content providers, industry expert, projects, internship opportunities, job opportunities, and offer it as a bundle package to the student community. Our key focus area at this point in time are K-12 to K-16 students, which are essentially our undergrad engineering students here in India. What we're essentially doing here is focusing on, bridging this particular gap for emerging technologies or other technologies which are in high demand. Because our eventual goal here is how do we make them employable at the end of our product offering that we offer to the students. So a couple of areas that we are focusing on, I've already mentioned it in my screen. How it works, it is a complete ecosystem that we've built here, like I mentioned. So we are a platform, we are an interface between the various service providers, and we offer it as a bundle package to the student community at a very affordable price. So each of our product offering just costs them about $100, and it is a 2-month-long engagement that we have with them. So right from the LMS, the learning management system to the e-learning content or self-paced learning content to having those live interactive sessions or webinars or seminars with the student community. All of these are done online. Along with the analytics built into the entire system allows us to track the students' performance and also see and assess how they're performing and how are they coping up with the training or the industry training that we are delivering to the students. I mean, these are a couple of our offerings that we offer to them. One more thing that we realized is essential and is something that we keep hearing from the hiring managers is the ability to communicate well with the team and also with the clients. So this is another additional feature that we've added up. It is a very, very fragmented, a very unstructured market here in India, and I think it's globally also. How we are looking at differentiating ourselves from other companies, which are essentially more or less training companies or just placement companies, is that we have a very focused approach. We are only focusing on, like I said, K-12 to K-16. It is a one-step solution. The student does not need to go to multiple platforms to avail solutions or offerings that they're looking at. It's value for money. We are playing a volume business here. So, we deliberately kept the pricing very, very low so that more and more number of students could, avail this facility. In addition to that, we also offer, personalized mentorship. We have tie-ups with 200 plus companies who are now willing to, offer those job opportunities through our platform. And we're not just a listing platform. We are actually, like I said, we are an interface and we offer customized solution, or like I said, we are a managed marketplace offering customized solution to the student community. There are tailor-made modules, and we also have expert here with us. Now, when you look at it from an industry partnership point of view, we have mass recruiters, we have product companies, and we also have a lot of core companies. In terms of progress, this is the progress that we've made. We launched this particular product on 1st of April 2020 this year. By May 2020, we had 700 plus students who had enrolled with us for our program, and we launched the first batch on 6th of May 2020 this year. By June 2020, while we're still on 15th of June, we have multiple college partnerships. We have also launched a second batch, And we have also geared up for our job guarantee program. We see a very, very positive response, both from the industry point of view as well as from the student point of view. And we're hoping it to be a roaring success, and we're looking at launching it from July 2020. And for the month of August and September, we're looking at ramping up our sales to 10x. Like I've mentioned below, that we've already completed 1,700 plus sales. We have 200 plus corporate types who are willing to offer 300 plus job opportunities through our platform. And we have 10 plus college associations and 10 plus certification partners also. In terms of traction, in the first month itself, we saw decent revenue. I wouldn't say great revenue, but we are happy considering that we started from zero. So we closed $27,000 worth business in the month of April. In the month of May, we've closed business for $32,000. And for the month of June, we are sitting at 13,000 plus, $13,000 business. And we're looking at the projected revenue again. We're looking at reaching it to, again, $32,000 business. And for the month of July, I've put it as 40,000. That's a very conservative number. But of course, we're looking at that number also going up. In terms of a revenue model, given the fact that we've been working with the student, I and my team members, and our various job role capacities have worked with the student community very closely. I've worked with the student community for the last, 3+ years, and we understand how the K-12 to K-16 student operates. We understand how do you, get into that particular mindset, and how do you drive sales there. So there are multiple revenue model that we have. I would say that we are really, really strong at cracking the B2C model, and that too organically. In fact, if you look at our CAC, our per customer acquisition cost is just $3, and we charge about $100 per program that we charge $100 per student. We also have, we also saw a great deal of interest from the college and the corporates both. The corporate is willing to pay us money, a recruitment agency fee, and so is the college willing to pay us, the industry learning training association. In addition to that, owing to the fact that we work extensively with the student community, there are other multiple marketing opportunities that have come up for us. We have 2 clients who signed up with us to, drive their businesses through the campus ambassador, pool that we have with us. In terms of an investment requirement, we're looking at raising $1 million. This is how we're looking at, investing this money. So 25% of it would be spent on product development. We're looking at building 2 platforms. One is, of course, the student dashboard, which I feel is very, very essential from both a mapping of, what kind of progress have they made, and can I map them with the, corporate requirement. And also we're looking at building our campus ambassador platform. We're also looking at investing, 30% of it on sales and marketing activities, because for the month of August and September, we are looking at getting at least 10,000 plus students to come and take up our program, which by the way is achievable. So which means that we'll have to ramp up on the resource also, the number of resources that we will require. Also, we realize one more thing, that if we have to scale business, the content will have to be self-paced content, and buying content from external third-party sources does eat into our revenue. So we are looking at also developing or building our own content, and that's why I've allocated 15% of the budget for that particular thing. And we're also looking at offering seamless experience to our end user. So I have allocated, and there are certain certifications, etc., that we need to buy, which makes it more lucrative, types with foreign universities, etc. That also costs us money. So I'm looking at allocating that budget, towards the operation cost or the OPEX cost. Talking about myself, I have done my BPM course from Haas School of Business. I have worked at IBM and have been a part of mergers and acquisition team. And besides that, I have also worked with various, startups. I was heading business for SVE, and I've been a part of their growth journey from the time that they raised, that they had 250 customers to the point in time that they had 35,000 customers. So I do come with a lot of experience in terms of, driving the business. And B2C and B2B, both of them are our core strength areas. And we know how to keep our CACs low, and and still be able to generate a better ROI on our business. So I am open to questions now. I hope I am on time.
Yeah, hi, this is Saeed. I have a question. What's the overall addressable market in the geo that you're in right now for this business?
Sure, sure. So every year, Syed, there are about, there are 2 million students who are graduating out of an engineering college every year, who are graduating out of various engineering colleges here in India. And I have not taken into consideration the polytechnic or the diploma students. So if I look at the overall opportunity that we're talking about, it is definitely, it runs into at least 10 million students that graduate every year, both in tech and non-tech courses programs.
What's the lifetime value of your B2C customer?
Sure. So what we've seen is, of course, typically what we're looking at in terms of LTV, we have students who come with us for 2 months, and then they, go on to, so you can't become an expert, or you can't become, I would say in 2 months time, you only understand the fundamental, knowledge. So we have seen students migrating to and taking up the next level of program or the intermediate level of program. So typically we're looking at anywhere, from 4 to 6 months as the LTV for our students.
And is this a subscription-based business, or is this a one-time fee? Or
it's a one-time fee. We are looking at moving it to subscription-based also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Suggestion. Have you considered working with the colleges to create accelerator programs?
Yes, we are doing that actually. I am in advanced discussions with 3 big universities, and they are very keen to take up our program. The only reason being that we have a huge pool of corporates that are willing to take up students from us. Now, just to give you some numbers, some stats, companies like Infosys and all, they spend about 14 lakh rupees. I mean, if I have to convert that into dollar, that would be roughly around, 7 and 7. Almost about 20,000, 20,000 USD on just making a student employable. That's a huge cost to company.
That is a huge cost.
Yeah. So with our program, what we are trying to do here is, I'm saying that you don't spend a penny on, getting these students employable. I will do that for you. You don't pay me money, but I'm going to charge money either from the college or from the student, and I'm going to give you an employable student. So that seems to be resonating, resonating really, really well with the corporates. You cannot believe that in last 3 days, we have gotten more than 200 job requirements. We have those JDs sitting with us, and they're looking at hiring students from us. And so we see a very, very good response from them. Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So anyone else want to ask a question?
Is the enrollment like on a rolling basis? Because I saw it was half the revenue in June, but I was guessing because we're only halfway through June. So can you enroll like any day of the month, or is there only certain days?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question. So you're saying you saw half of the revenue for the month of June?
We're in June 15th.
Right, but I was assuming we're halfway through the month, so that means people could enroll any day of the month if they want. It's not like you can only enroll the first day of the month, the 5th day of the month, or the last day of the month. It's like a rolling basis, the enrollment.
No, so we have students who pay us in advance, and then we launch our batches twice in a month. So we have certain days that we fix that, okay, you'll be able to join this program from this particular day. So we have, because all of our sessions are instructor led. For self-paced, self-paced content or self-paced trainings, they can take it from any day. But if they want instructor-led sessions, then they typically start from the first week of that particular month, and then the second week of that particular month. So typically on 6th and 15th of every month, we launch our batches.
Okay, fair enough. I think we passed the time. Thanks, Mridula.
Thank you. Thank you.
Catherine, who's next?